Welcome to the point of view. It's your boy Mike D, aka DDE80, aka 13-1 of the world, aka Mike DZ. Good morning, everybody. I know it's after 12 o'clock. It's actually 12:12, and we are now on a Saturday morning. Now it's Saturday, October the 25th, 2024, and I'm just still up, kicking it. Got through watching the NBA, got through watching wrestling. Been looking at a lot of things, a lot of sports tonight. Shout out to the Point Place family. Shout out to Bobby Reezy. Shout out to M Breezy. Shout out to Naya. Shout out to my sister. I love all y'all. Thank y'all for listening to me on the Point of View, which is now on YouTube. And oh, by the way, support my man's music. Support all my homeboys' music, as they are also a part of the Point Place family as well as me. Starter kit still coming, man. I know I've been saying that for the beginning of the year all the way to now, but starter kit, I'm still trying to work on what I want to have happening. Oh, your boy gonna drop a LP, man. It's coming. The LP's coming, man. Don't think that it ain't. Your boy gonna come back with an LP. Oh man. Tonight, I want to talk about a lot of things that happened tonight. Talk about the scores of the NBA, the World Series Classic between the Yankees and the Dodgers, the games between the Lakers and the Suns, which was a good game, as well as a nail biter between the Pelicans and the Trailblazers. As well as I'm going to talk about how Tyrese Halliburton and his shooting woes, Ja Morant and them lost to the Houston Rockets, Dylan Brooks, and of course, Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green and all those boys as well. Hawks and Warriors and Magics were able to win, and I'm just starting off right now with that. And then I'm going to go and talk about Friday Night SmackDown as well as the World Series. First of all, I want to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks losing to the Chicago Bulls. Giannis went for 38 points. Dame went for like 20-something, and it still was not enough to beat Kobe White and Lonzo Ball and those boys from the Chicago Bulls, along with Zach LaVine. I still think that Zach LaVine will probably be traded because I think either him or Alonzo Ball, which I don't think they need to trade Alonzo Ball until they see what kind of other production they can get out of him as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Bulls do this year without DeMar DeRozan, who was there for a long time with them, and he's now in Sacramento. But the Bulls went into Milwaukee, and they didn't fear the deer. They went in there and they clipped the deers tonight. This is what I'm saying right here. Your two best guys are doing what they got to do, but the other guy, it's the others that is what's going to be the problem for the Bucks if Chris Middleton doesn't come back and be effective. Chris Middleton's hurt, and believe it or not, the Bucks have lost some of their key guys. Losing Middleton is one of them. And I think Bobby Portis and Lopez, they're still good enough to get the job done. But, man, I'm telling you, it's tough on them. Philadelphia lost to the Raptors. Everybody knows that the Toronto Raptors are a rebuilding team right now. It's still early in the season. You're not expecting Toronto to win a championship. You're expecting Toronto to possibly be a close team to a play-in, which they probably won't. But I think they're a rebuilding team. But the 76ers lost again. And this is because they don't have Paul George and don't have Joel Embiid. Now, Paul George is supposed to be coming back in the next 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, but there's no talk about when Joel Embiid's coming back. But Tyrese Maxey is doing all he can, but I know he feels played being on an island without his guys there, which is Paul George and Joel Embiid. So we'll see what happens with that. The 76ers cannot start the season and this, and that. They got to get it together, man. They got to get it together, and it's going to be a long season for them because if Joel Embiid's not playing back-to-back games, it's going to be a long season for them. Warriors were able to beat Utah, blew out the Jazz. Excuse me, I was drinking some water. Warriors beat the Jazz. Buddy Hield's playing absolutely phenomenal coming off the bench for the Warriors. I don't know if they're going to make any more moves. And I'll tell you this, if the Warriors do make a move, I think that Andrew Wiggins is going to be one of those guys that they trade as well as Kuminga. I think Kuminga could possibly be leaving the Warriors either during a trade this season or next season because he did not re-sign with the Warriors, the extension that they had. So he's probably going to be on the go after this season or probably sometime this season while it's going on. Let's talk about the Pelicans winning a close one. Zion came back. Brandon Ingram with the game winner against a scrappy Jeremy Grant. Is his name Jeremiah Grant? Jeremy Grant, I think is his name. And a pesky Portland Trailblazers with Simons and Scoot Henderson and all those boys they got out there. Oh, man. Brandon Ingram was able to hit the game-winning jump shot for them. They were down. They were losing to the Portland Trailblazers, but they are a young team, and they're going to be struggling for a while. Chauncey Billups is my man. I love Big Shot Billups. I love Mr. Big Shot, but I think that this is going to be his last season with Portland. Because I think he's going to get either fired or he's either going to be removed because they're not getting to where they need to get him. And when he got there, it was a process because Damian Lillard was there for him, but he ended up getting injured. And then after that, he was gone. Dame was gone, but Billups was still there. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with my boy, the Hall of Famer, Chauncey Billups. I don't know if they're going to keep him or they're going to let him go. I think they're going to let him go probably after this season. It could be before All-Star break. You never know, man. These owners and GMs, they be tripping at times, man. If they don't want to have you there no more, they get rid of you 7 or 8 games in the season. And that's just crazy, man. That's some crazy stuff. If you hear the noise in the background, the train is talking over me, and you hear that, that's the train. But not only that, I want to talk about who else? The New York Knicks destroyed the Indiana Pacers. They were waiting to play the Pacers because the Pacers put them out of the playoffs last year, and I knew that this was going to be a difference. Mikal Bridges, he got his shot tonight. I don't know. I guess the shot he was working on it finally worked for him tonight. He had like 20 points. Bronson did his thing. Karl-Anthony Towns did his thing. The Knicks were just pulverizing the Pacers. And Tyrese Halliburton is still on his shooting woes right now. He scored no points tonight. He's an all-star, an Olympic gold medalist, and you don't put up no points? You don't score no points? Come on, man. You got to get better. Your shooting you got to start getting back to shooting, man. But one thing about him, he does bounce back pretty good. So he'll be back in the mix where he's hitting shots and things like that. But this is not the way to start the season with you shooting and not hitting your shots like that. So But congratulations to the Knicks for winning that blowout against the Pacers. They should have cut that game off after the third quarter on ESPN. Shout out to Bubba Dub for talking about that the other night on about when the Celtics were blowing out the same Knicks. Oh man. Still talking about NBA here. Then I'll switch to another sport. Let's talk about the Lakers. The Lakers are 2-0. Phoenix Suns 1-1. What a great win tonight by the Lakers. Lakers came back from 22 and beat the Phoenix Suns. They beat the three-head monster, AD, LeBron, and Reeves, because Austin Reeves was the one that was the second scorer on the team, if I'm not mistaken. LeBron James is playing it safe. He had like 18, had like 5 rebounds and 5 assists or something like that. But Anthony Davis put up 20 points, 20 over 29 points. I think he had like 29 tonight. 7 rebounds and a couple of assists. But Anthony Davis is playing just the way the Lakers want him to play. And that is how it is. The Lakers beat a great Phoenix Suns team. Kevin Durant had a great game. Devin Booker was killing at first. Bradley Beal, who's the third leg, he had an okay game for what he's doing as well. But this is what I'm talking about right here. The Lakers are doing what they need to do. They're starting out 2-0, and I know that the season is going to start weighing in on them, where they're going to be. LeBron James is taking a back seat. He's letting AD do what he need to do, and he's letting him do what he got to do to make it happen. And LeBron is just riding on the coast right now. He's coasting, while AD and AR-15 and all those other boys are doing what they need to do for the Lakers to make it happen. Also, Dalton Connect came in. He put up 8 points. He had a couple of threes as well. I like him. I like Dalton Connect because he's an instant bucket. And that's the thing that we need when situations get tight in tight games, because we're going to have some tight games where they're going to be looking for him and AR-15 to do what they need to do. D'Angelo Russell, he scored a 3-pointer tonight, but D'Angelo Russell, man, you opted to stay with the Lakers, and the performance that you're giving, man, you got to get it together, man. Because I'm telling you, when D'Lo plays well, the Lakers win, man. It's just that plain and simple. Come on, D'Lo. Get it together, brother. All right. Switching gears to the World Series. The Dodgers won the first game. The Yankees was leading the game 3-2 until the end of the 10th inning, the bottom of the 10th. Freddie Freeman hit a 3-run home run to win the game for the Dodgers. Now, I'm not going to talk about that because that was a great game. But that fan, that the Yankees should have won that game earlier that game. Early when that dude hit that home run and that fan stole his ball. Stole it. So because of that, he had to go to second base instead. He got robbed. The Yankees got robbed out of a home run tonight. And it's happening, and it's happening, and it's happening, and happening, and happening. The officiating is just tripping at times, man. If you guys go back to last night's game, Thursday night game, where the Vikings went up against the Rams, there was no way. And here's the deal. Justin Jefferson had all the right in the world to be mad because the Rams were only up by a touchdown. They were already in their own, deep in their territory, You know what I'm saying? And that dude, in order for when they got the safety, if you go to the play, it was a face mask that was not called for what happened to Sam Darnold. The Vikings got robbed, and that's just all to it. The official stood right there and did not call a flag on it. That should have been a 15-yard penalty. Would have put them at the 20, and it was like a minute and 46 left in the game. That was plenty of time for Justin Jefferson and Addison to do their thing. But when that happened, Justin Jefferson slung down because he know what they did. They absolutely stopped the Vikings for having a shot at winning against the Rams. But the Rams won, so I guess that it is what it is. But the same thing happened tonight with the Yankees. The Yankees got robbed out of a home run. The Yankees should have won that game tonight. But because they let the game go on into extra innings, the Yankees were able to get there. They were doing their thing. They went up one run, but Freddie Freeman, who won a World Series with the Braves, he knows how to win in those situations. And right now, the Dodgers are up 1-0 in the World Series against the Yankees. I think this series is going to go 7. I think the Yankees are going to find a way to win game 2 because they know that they can play them in Dodger Stadium and they know they can beat them. The only thing happened was they went into extra innings with them. They don't need to go in extra innings with the Dodgers. If they're going to try to beat them, they need to beat them in 9 innings instead of going for 10, 11, 12. And you never know what might happen in those extra innings. But the Dodgers are now up 1-0 in the World Series. Also tomorrow, a lot of a lot of college football games come on tomorrow. LSU at Texas A&M is going to be one of the greatest games that is going to be played tomorrow. I think it's going to be a great game because I want to see what LSU can do against Texas A&M before they go up against Alabama, because I know that Alabama is going to be next on the Richter scale for them to play. They usually play Alabama the 1st of November. So we'll see what happens with that. But they got to beat Texas A&M in order for them to be prepared for Alabama. Alabama is kind of wishy-washy right now. They've been winning and losing and things like that. But we'll see what happens tomorrow with LSU as they play. Great college football games on tomorrow. You guys know that it's going to be all day college football. Get your spreads together. Get your game on, man. I hope y'all win, man. I hope everything go right for you on your bets, man. Win, man. Now, let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown. We already know, those of us that has the alerts, we already know that tonight was a two-program SmackDown because they taped both shows. They had the live one for tonight, and of course next week will be the other one they taped tonight, because everybody's going to Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, for a crown jewel. But I will say this. It was a great show. Before I get into the main event, I want to just give you all what happened. Naomi beat Candice LeRae. There's going to be a fatal 4-way for the women's tag team titles, where the champions Jade and Bianca will be defending against Damage Control, Piper Niven, and Chelsea Green, and Metaphors, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson. You know that 3 of them have already been champions, and also the current champions, which is Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. This is their second run at it, but Piper and Chelsea Green has already won, as well as Damage Control. In fact, Damage Control was the ones that lost the belts to Jade and Bianca at WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken, or a pay-per-view after WrestleMania. I think it was Backlash. But it's going to be interesting to see. That match is going to be over there in Jeddah. But this will be a great experience for Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend to be a part of a big pay-per-view at like Crown Jewel. Great situation for them. Great situation for them. Also, Randy Orton will fight Kevin Owens as he talked to Triple H about it. Triple H told him to protect himself. I think Randy Orton is going to be healed soon. I think him and Cody are going to end up having that match where Cody is going to trust Randy and Randy's going to turn on Cody. And that would be a great WrestleMania match if it was to happen. But I think we're probably going to have that triple threat match between Roman, Rock, and Cody at WrestleMania. I think that's what they're gearing up to. And I'll get into the bloodline in a little bit. Also, LA Knight, there's no 7th game winner between Andrade and Carmelo. LA Knight stopped the match. So now he's going to be in a triple threat for the United States title where he's defending his U.S. title against Carmelo and Andrade at Crown Jewel Jeddah. Of course, Cody and Randy were in a segment with Imperium. So we're going to probably, as the spoiler says, next week is going to be Cody and Randy versus Gunther and Ludwig. They're doing a lot of cross shows going on now where they're switching and taking a lot of people from Raw to SmackDown and SmackDown to Raw. It's going to be very interesting how that keeps going about. What else happened on there besides the main event? Oh, DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. Great match between those guys. Great match. Let me say this. I think that was one of the greatest matches I've seen, greatest tag team matches I've seen tonight between the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY. Even though DIY lost, let me say this. I want to see the Street Profits versus DIY and let them go out there and just have a great tag match. No tag team titles or nothing on the line. A showcase tag match. That would be great to see between those guys there. DIY and the Street Profits. I would love to see that again. And the Motor City Machine Guns went up against the Bloodline in an impromptu tag match, and all hell broke loose in that tag match. Jimmy Uso comes out, takes out Solo, Roman takes out Fatu, and then the Yeet Man himself. Exactly. The former Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso, he comes out there and he causes the Bloodline the tag team titles. Congratulations to the Motor City Machine Guns. And the Usos have reunited, and from the look of it, Roman Reigns and the original Bloodline is going to reunite next week on SmackDown. That's very interesting. Now, I want to see how this is going to play out. This is all playing out for the Survivor Series because we know that the Survivor Series is going to be in the War Games, and we know that the Bloodline is going to be in the War Games. Absolutely. So who's going to be the fourth person to be on Roman Reigns' team? It could be Sami Zayn again. It could be The Rock. It could be the new Uso that's coming to WWE, the new Fatu. It's a lot of those guys. It's a lot of Fatu. There is a Uso that wrestles in AEW. Exactly. But it's interesting to see, man. I'm telling you, I'm pumped up for it. I'm pumped up because today now is college football day starting at 11 o'clock. The first slew games of college football. Then after that, you got the 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, then 6 o'clock, and then after that, 8 o'clock. Man, you got college football on all day. You got NBA coming on tomorrow as well. And, it's just so good. AEW Collision, TNA's pay-per-view Bound for Glory. Man, you got a lot of stuff. Then Sunday, you got NFL, NBA, I think the World Series, plus you got the NXT pay-per-view. Man, it is a great time to be a sports fan. Enjoy your sports, folks. Enjoy them. Enjoy them, enjoy them, enjoy them. Because you get a dose of them. I'm not going to say the word overdose, but it's a slew of sports on that you all can watch. Shout out to you too, Boski. Other than that, you guys enjoy your Saturday. I'm Mike D, a.k.a. DDE, a.k.a. Mr. Hen. Guys, have a good day. God bless you. God keep you. For those of you who ain't been asleep yet, have a good night. But for those of you that's still up, have a good morning. Enjoy your Saturday. Peace out. God bless you. God keep you.